Hey everyone! Hey guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah. Melanated! Welcome to my recap. I'm waiting for my Wi-Fi to get good. Why is my Wi-Fi bad? Come on. There we go. Welcome to my recap of RuPaul's Drag Race season 15. Right now, this is the Meet the Queens episode. I just realized right now in this moment that I don't actually know when the season is going to start, but I do know it airs on MTV because if you saw the promos, you know it switched from VH1 to MTV, girl. VH1 MTV is the same company. I actually usually just buy the season on Prime because I don't have cable. So there's no way for me to watch MTV or VH1. I know I don't normally kind of talk about this content, so let me do my intro properly. Hey guys, my name is Wahima. If you're new to my channel, I do recaps of relationship reality TV shows such as Love After Lockup, 90 Day Fiancé, Seeking Sister Wife, Married at First Sight, Love is Blind, etc., etc., etc. But I decided that I really want to talk about RuPaul's Drag Race with somebody other than those who follow me on Instagram because, I have a good friend, Amanda, who likes to we go back and forth in my stories about RuPaul's Drag Race. And I've kept it kind of close to the chest because I love it so much that I don't want it to feel like work. And a lot of times doing these recaps feels like work. And I don't want that. But I feel like my audience deserves to see this other side of me. So this isn't relationship reality TV. This is competition reality TV, which is probably my first favorite genre of reality TV show. I love a competition reality show. And I love RuPaul's Drag Race. And if you're thinking to yourself, what makes you like able to talk about RuPaul's Drag Race? Like, what credentials do you have? What tell us, sis, you're not a part of the community. I'm not part of the LGBT community. I am an ally. However, I have been watching RuPaul's Drag Race since season 1 when it was on Logo. I used to go to my friend's house who had Logo to watch it. I've been a fan of RuPaul since I saw her first on the Arsenio Hall show in the 90s. I have been a fan of drag for a very long time. While I haven't been out to see the shows and I don't know all the girls, I am a fan of theater. I'm a fan of art. I'm a fan of makeup. I'm a fan of the art of female impersonation, be it real or be it made up. And so I think that's what gives me the authority to speak on this. But again, take it with a grain of salt. You could either be here and love it or not. Okay, so let's meet the queens. And hello to the 8 of you who are in the room right now. If you are at all interested in giving your girl a tip, you can do so with the mediums down below, or you could give this video a thank you. But what's free is a thumbs up. And if you like my content and you would like to hear me in a different medium, I do have a podcast. And that podcast is called Docu Sweeties. And here it is. We talk about Love After Lockup and any sort of docu-series that comes on Netflix or any of the shows. The latest one we're talking about doing is Call Me Now, which is just a documentary. It's not a series, about Miss Cleo. We did a little bit of Harry and Meghan. Don't know if we're going to finish that up, but there's that. So if you're interested in that content, you can get my podcast. But let's come back to this. Who's in the room right now? Ooh, Dedria, Brittany, hello. Hello. I'm glad somebody came. OG fans. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, great. Yes, I've been watching it since the very, very beginning. So I feel like as far as Drag Race goes, I'm an authority of Drag Race. Okay. And I watch a lot of the iterations, as I've just said. Hi, Lucia. Hello. Ooh, yes. Okay, come through with that head wrap. Yes. Brittany, I also like your head wrap and your braids. Can't wait to get braids. Oh, Ramsterdam, thanks for loving docu-series, sweeties. Okay, let's get into the goils. Let's talk about the girls. Okay, so the first person that we meet is Princess Poppy. Now, if you guys watched the Meet the Queens here on YouTube, you would have got a little bit about Princess Poppy. First of all, I don't like this name. I what do you guys think of this promo, right? You know, they always do like a different theme for the promo each season. Um, and I mean, it's relatively new to do this kind of promo stuff. I feel they did it last season. I feel like they did it Evie Oddly season 2. So they've been doing it for I think maybe the last 7 seasons they've been doing it. Can you believe that Evie Oddly was like 4 seasons ago? Isn't that crazy? She was like 11. Isn't that crazy? Okay, so anyways, we've got Princess Poppy. Now, at first when I saw Princess Poppy, I was like, "Oh, I don't like her. Oh god, I hate her name, you know? This aesthetic sometimes doesn't do it for me." But then if you watch the Meet the Queens, you'll see that she's really smart and she's really funny. And I like to kind of guess who stayed and who got out first. And you can kind of tell based on the way the queens talk in the promo how far they went. Or you can at least tell how far you would have liked them to go. Princess Poppy knows how to speak. She's quick, she's funny, the aesthetic, the branding, it's all there, right? I went to her Instagram. These are the pinned numbers that you see on top. Look at the backgrounds. It's all aesthetically very, very pleasing. A lot of these other girls, I didn't find that their aesthetics was that pleasing, at least to me. I wasn't here for it. I really liked Princess Poppy. Oh, I'm out of order. This is so annoying. So I went in here and I diligently tried to put everything in order, but I feel like sometimes it just gets away from me. Okay. Anyways, let's move on. The next queen we've got is Spice. Now, Spice has a co-conspirator. Okay. And that co-conspirator, the person that they always do a lot of work with, is Sugar. So Sugar and Spice do drag together. Here's Sugar's Instagram. Okay, that's Sugar, I guess, out of drag in the center there. Then we've got some in drag. We've got a thin eyebrow. She's giving us early aughts. She's giving us like in this one up in here, in here, this one that's right here, like right behind my finger, in front of my finger. That one is giving me like what's that? Nicole Richie and Single Life. Is that what it's called? I didn't watch it. What's that reality show with the Hilton woman and Nicole Richie? It's giving that, is it not? It's giving that. I think so. And then we've got Spice. See, I had Spice's picture right underneath it, and somebody has come along and ruined everything. Where is Spice? No, that's not Spice. Oh my god. Sometimes I put pictures up in here and then they disappear. I know I had all these pictures. I know I did. Let me find them. This is annoying. Where's Spice at? Do 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 do. Bear with me. Spice. Here it is. So this is Spice's Instagram, just to give you an idea of what the girl is giving. That's her and Sugar right here. Sugar and Spice. So they're doing a baby Spice and they're doing a ginger Spice, little bit of business here. I like to see a brand when I go to someone's Instagram, you know, or an aesthetic. And right now, Spice is just giving me, I really like British punk era. Like that's what that's giving me. And listen, because I'm a little older and because I have a very specific idea of what drag should be, sometimes the newer drag is a little lost on me because I don't see it as drag. And I think that Rue would agree that you have to just kind of go with the times. And so we're trying to be more open to the young girlies that are out here giving us a different type of drag. I mean, it's not like there's an Instagram drag where it's all about aesthetics and all about looks and all about the pose, but then you get on stage and you can't perform or you don't have stage presence. And I'm going to watch it again for the third time, but honestly, I don't remember Sugar or Spice. I don't remember their, direct to camera answering the questions. They have to ask them questions like, why are you America's Next Top Model? What's the one, not top model? Why are you America's Next Drag Superstar? What can people expect to see when they come to see your show? What's one thing that people don't know about you? What's one weird thing that people don't know about you? Like, they ask them those questions. And so they're pretty stock answers. And for me, the people who really stood out were Homegirl, the first one. I'm still getting to know their names. So here we go. What did I say her name was? Princess Poppy really stood out to me. Mistress stood out to me as well. So did Selena, but in an annoying way. Wow. Selena S. Titties, so annoying. Name, so stupid, in my opinion. The next one that stood out to me was Amethyst. Now, Amethyst is interesting because she is really concerned about her nose. And it was, I don't like to see people's insecurities right away, and that's what I saw. Here's the other thing is that what we saw with Meet the Queens, which I guess I could drop the link so that you guys know what I'm talking about. It was here on YouTube. Just search on YouTube Meet the Queens and you'll see what I'm talking about. Amethyst and Princess Poppy they had really great answers. They were very, very funny. And I felt like either I wanted them to get to the end or they already got to the end. But also, here's the thing. This is what I was going to say. Is that when we watch Meet the Queens, they've already done with the season. So we already are seeing people who have already gone through at least one challenge. And I always like to try to tell from the promo who went out relatively early. And I think based on stage presence and on how they answer these questions, that they probably went out early. Because you should have an answer. It's not like these are surprise questions. They give you these questions before you come out on stage. And if you don't have an answer for the question when they ask you, it's like, girl, did you do your homework? So let me tell you who had some good ones. So Marsha had some great ones, and I hope that she got really far. I feel like Marsha has an aesthetic that I can get behind. I wasn't expecting to see this picture right here with the beard, which is different from her style, which was giving me a little bit of theater. And we love a theater queen. Look at this high kick up here. We love a dancing queen. So she said that she's a dancer. She said that she's a comedy queen. Look at this Carrie moment right here. You can't see it. The one where she's like blood on her face and her hands up like this with a blue shirt on in the center. Like, we're seeing different looks here. Look at these other two shots right here where she has blotted out her eyebrows. So while Marsha is giving us very much Brady Bunch and giving us that aesthetics of like a 60s, like, it girl, we still are seeing some edge. And this is the way to do it. This is the way to do it when you have a very specific look. There's a way to do it that makes you very, very versatile. And I love that about her. Another person that stood out to me was Malaysia, but it was because I absolutely hated her wig. Like that bee look, that antenna look on that wig was awful. And then it's like Malaysia, baby doll, fox. I wasn't into it either. I can't tell how far this queen went, but I love the aesthetic. Look at these colors. Look at this, especially this row right here is really cute. But then you go in the one in the center. Wow, that flower situation was really dope. So I'm really hoping that she gives us some looks. Okay. And then we've got, did I already talk about Sugar? Oh, so here's the opposite of Spice. Here's Sugar. I already talked about Sugar, right? Told the aesthetics. Okay. Selena S. Titties, super, super annoying. Just like really, 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 really annoying. Another person that did not stand out to me was Aura Mayari, I think the name is. I mean, Aura's giving us, she's giving for, I guess, I don't know, is this Filipino? Is she Filipina? I'm not sure. She's giving us for the Asian girlies. It's a different type of aesthetic. It's a different look than what we've gotten from, let's say, Lafie, who was on Canada's Drag Race, or Gia Gunn. Who was the last girl who was on it? The one who was in the green suit who went out like episode 2 or 3. I can't recall her. It's not like it was giving her. This is giving a different like Asian aesthetic. I just don't remember anything that she said, which leads me to believe that she probably went out pretty early. Then we've got Sasha Colby, which I'm thinking is a part of the Colby group, like I think that she is what's her face Colby's daughter? What's her name? The other Colby one? Let me bring up Sasha. I definitely know I downloaded this. It just disappeared. Here's Sasha. She looks like her mother. Sasha what's her face Colby from last season? Right? She's giving face. It's beautiful. But is it drag? Is there performance? It is makeup. It's art for sure. She's beautiful. But what is she giving? What are you guys saying? Malaysia gives woman beauty, but also silky. Miriam, hi. Kimora, yes. It's a different aesthetic than Kimora Hall for sure. Sasha Colby is the mom. Oh, I think she's a legendary as a performer. Oh, okay. So she's the mom of Kylie Colby. What's her name? What's the Colby woman from last season? It's like I hear Sasha Colby and I can't remember old girl's name. Anyways, I really liked the other Colby too, so I'm hoping I like Sasha, but I don't think she lasted very long, just based on what I saw. Then we got Robin, and Robin is really giving like old school drag, but like, okay, Kennedy Davenport gives that old school type of drag. So does Jada Essence Hall, right? I mean, obviously Kennedy is older and gives a different style. Like, gives a pageant, very Southern style. And I feel like Jada is the next evolution of that. Robin is taking me back to, who's that queen who had cancer and had a colostomy bag the whole time she was on her season? Starts with a T. Tamara. But the one who was a bitter Betty and like didn't like her time on Drag Race and talked about how it was unfair. Like, listen, Drag Race is a lot of things. One, it's a TV show. Number one, it's a show. Okay. So there's a certain much of the game that you have to play in order to truly understand what you're doing on this. One. Two, Drag Race does not represent every type of drag that is out there. Some drag is not able to be presented on the Drag Race stage because Drag Race is very formulaic and it is a competition reality TV show, emphasis on TV show, right? So a lot of times these drag queens who have like steady income at this certain club on certain nights, who bring in a draw, who draw in a crowd, who are staples, and they try to go to Drag Race with their drag that only presents well on a small stage or a smallish stage in your hometown or the big city of your hometown, does not mean that your drag is going to translate well on Drag Race. Drag Race is for people who have money. It's for the elite. It's a combination of talent and money you must have and like stage presence to be on this show. A lot of times some of these older queens aren't used to working with other people. They're not used to dealing with young, loud gays who are annoying in the room. They're not used to being by themselves. Now, I'm not saying that I don't actually know what happens in the hotel room at Drag Race. I don't know how they're sequestered. But what I do know is what a TV set is like, and I do know what a competition is like. And so I can imagine that these two things put together can sometimes be daunting. So a lot of times we see a drag queen and we're like, oh, you should go on Drag Race. It's like, no. Drag Race pulls in a very specific type of drag queen. This isn't the Drag Race of season 5, right? This isn't that old antiquated Drag Race. This is a new Drag Race where it's a combination of social media. It's a combination of being able to speak in public. It's a combination of a lot of different things. Like, I honestly think that Violet Chachki ended an era of a specific type of Drag Race queen. I feel like you have someone like Jinx Monsoon who is so talented – that, yes, she can do Drag Race, But her drag is so much better now because she has more money to put into her drag. And again, we were doing a TV show. So what was her name? Iman, something Iman, who was like very upset. Tamisha Iman. Yes, it's like when you're a legend in your circles, or you're a legend, you're a local legend. I'm not trying to take that from anybody, but that doesn't mean that translates to being on TV. When you think of the All Stars season, which is something that I wish that I had talked about. When we think about Trinity, think about Shay, think about I'm gonna throw Monique Hart, even though she wasn't in it. I would rather, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is gonna be a hard thing for me to say out in public, and please don't tell them. I would rather have Monique Hart than Monet Exchange. I know. The girls are mad. The girls are mad at me. But I love Monique Hart more than I love Monet Exchange, and I would have rather swapped them out. I know Monique didn't win her season, but listen, America, Brown Cow Stunning is in my spirit. I love Mo Hart. Sorry, Mo Hart. I love Mo Hart. Anyways, so Drag Race, when queens talk about like Drag Race being unfair or Drag Race being whatever, I'm like, y'all, Drag Race has evolved from what we once knew it as. It is now a fully functioning Emmy-winning show. That means it's completely different. That means the rules have changed. That means that, there's a certain amount of people that have to be made happy in order for things to go. You know who's going to win. Okay, fair. But there's nothing out there like it, unless you want to look at Dracula or whatever Dragula, which is in like a spooky one. Like, there's nothing else that is doing what Drag Race is doing. So it's its own juggernaut. And if you don't like what it's doing, then do your own thing. And that's it. It's not for everybody. It's not for the faint of heart. Could Kennedy Davenport come and go up and be in season 15? No, mama. No. It's a different ball game. I'm telling you, it changed. Thank you. We're here for the fashions. Carrie Kobe. Girl, I couldn't remember that woman's name to save my life. Yeah. So it's like, Tamisha Iman was like, oh, I feel like sometimes, Rue gives the girls a little helping hand, and she's like, okay, Tamisha, you think you can play on this field? You've auditioned 17 times. Okay, come on, be on this episode. And then you get here and you complain about it. And you say, oh, I'm not going to say what I want to say. Listen, Drag Race is one of the only reality TV competition shows where Black women or Black folk get a fair shake. There have been more Black winners of Drag Race than any show I've ever seen in my life. I feel like Drag Race is for Black women. And it's for the gays. Yes, it's for the gays, it's for the community. But at the end of the day, RuPaul celebrates Black women and has celebrated Black women since the beginning. Honestly, Charles is the reason why I understand Black femininity. And some of you may scoff, but I didn't get that from my mother. I was in such turmoil and stress and strain with a lot of the Black women that I was surrounded by and the Black women in my family that I couldn't see past my frustration. But to see somebody honor Black women, and a Black man at that, honor Black women out loud on a public stage was eye-opening to me. Eye-opening. When I see Shea Coulee, when I think of Bob the Drag Queen, when I think of Mo Hart, Monet Exchange, when I think of all these bomb-ass queens and dark skin, I mean Simone, child. That little boy named Reggie is one of the most beautiful Black women I've ever seen in my entire life. There has been some very solid and amazing dark skin representation of Black women, men, Black people on this show, and I am here for it, and I will always stand this show for that. I will stand this show for that. Yes, I agree, Brittany. I tried to watch it because I was trying to support the other because I like drag of all kind. And I was like, what am I watching? What is this? Also, like, I'm gonna support the blacks. So I'm gonna support RuPaul Charles. I'm gonna support it. I'm sorry. Okay. First of all, also RuPaul's Drag Race is one of the only reality TV competition shows where they always had a Latino representation. I mean, do you remember just the years where there was always a Puerto Rican who barely spoke English? I mean, whatever. Jessica Glasscock, Jessica Wilde, what was the bald headed one from season 1 who was fierce? Um, what's the kooky one? Fierce, fierce. I mean, Alexis Mateo, fierce. So many fierce Puerto Rican queens, and every single season there was a queen from Puerto Rico who barely spoke English. What was that little cute one who came out as trans? Maybe 5'2". I can't remember anybody's name. I will always be like, who is this little one? Keisha? No, her name wasn't Keisha. She barely spoke any English, and she was just a little bitty thing. Let me just go back on my Wikipedia. Let me just go back to Wikipedia, child, because Oh, Cash App, Miriam. Thank you so much for the Cash App. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you too, Miriam. Thank you. Angina with the Filipino. Yes, Angina. And then we've got Manila Luzon with the Filipino, and then the whole Philippines. Are you guys watching? Okay, first of all, let me just say this. If you are a true fan of Drag Race and you don't have the World of Wonder app, you are absolutely missing. It is $50 for the year. It is absolutely worth it. Work a little overtime, get your $50 and get the World of Wonder app. You will be able to see every single drag race iteration there is, except for the American one. Okay, I watch all of the Canada ones. Like right now, I'm watching Canada versus the World. I don't know who won. I got to go watch it tonight. I watched the Philippines. I'm watching the Philippines right now, which Jiggly Caliente is on it, being a terrible judge, girl. I feel like these teeth are about to pop right out of her mouth. But Jiggly Caliente is on it. And what else? I watched the Dutch one, season 1. I already told you guys all that I watched, but I'm just saying, like, if you are a true Drag Race fan, and maybe you don't care, if you just want to watch the French one and the Italian one without having to read the subtitles, girl, the fashion. It's there. Australia, I love it, and everybody talks about how it's the worst one. I love Australia. Anyways, I watch it all. So take your little $50, girl, and go get you that World of Wonder app. It is absolutely worth the money. Anybody who tells me that they're a fan of Drag Race, I say spend the $50. It will brighten your life. It is so good. It is absolutely worth it. It's absolutely worth it. And then you just have to wait for the US ones to come when they finally deign to give us the US ones. You can't see any of the US ones. But anyone that's like UK versus the world, UK, Canada versus the world, Canada, you can see it all on World of Wonder app. Now, when you leave the country, you can't see it on the World of Wonder app, because I tried to watch the Canada one in Canada and they were like, no, sis, the World of Wonder app does not work here. And I was like, oh, my bad. Obsessed. Yes, Deborah. Obsessed. I really like that hair color on you, Deborah. It looks really great. So anyways, what was I saying? I don't know. I went on a tangent. Let's get back to these queens. The world of Drag Race has absolutely changed, and I really feel like Robin is she's not gonna last. She's not gonna last. Like, I wasn't here for it. Like, yes, yeah, okay. But like, compared to Jada, can I compare you to Jada for a moment? And the answer is no. Can I compare you to Heidi in Closet right now? And the answer is no. And if you can't compare to Heidi and Jada, and I feel like that's the genre in which you are coming from, then, I mean, no. I'm going to be honest. The black girls on this season right now, I am not here. Is Jax not on the... Okay. Let me get my Wikipedia. Because I swear there was somebody named Jax in like season 3. RuPaul's Drag Race Wikipedia, and then it'll give me all the seasons. Okay. No, give me all the seasons. Give me all of them. Tell me who they are. RuPaul's Drag Race. Great. Okay. Oh, BB Zahara. I mean, oh, Nina Flowers is the one I was talking about. Even though it says that she's from Denver, Colorado, but I'm like, what? Jessica Glasscock and Chanel, Angina, Jade. I don't remember. Akeisha. I don't remember. Tammy Brown. Oh, Tammy Brown. And Pork Chop. I remember them. Them folk. Okay. Who was on season 2? That was Tyra Sanchez, who we never heard from again. I don't know what the tea is with Tyra Sanchez. If you know the tea, drop it down, because we never heard from Sarah. Tyra completely removed herself from this. Doesn't even want to be known as a drag queen anymore. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, I would like to know. But Raven is still around. Juju B, I mean, has my heart. Pandora Box, always will. Jessica Wilde, I already mentioned her. Sahara Davenport, rest in peace. Morgan McMichaels. I met Morgan McMichaels for my birthday. I have a picture of me and Morgan McMichaels. I was so excited. Shangela, you know, the queen. Nicole Page Brooks, I don't remember that person, and Mystique. I don't remember. I remember Nicole Page Brooks. So I always thought it was a stupid, basic ass long name, but you know, sometimes I don't like these names. I'm like, but if it makes you feel better, it makes you feel better. Ooh, remember Mike Ruiz used to be the camera person or used to take pictures of people? Raja, Manila, Alexis Mateo, Yada Sophia, that's the crazy one. Carmen Carrera, she completely took herself away from drag queen, but she's also living, like, she's a trans woman now, so she like doesn't want to be known as a drag queen, which I can get that. Delta Work, Stacey Lane Matthews. Oh, I love Stacey Lane Matthews. She's still doing stuff. Mariah, Mariah, beautiful. India, okay. India got in a fight with, who was it? Derek Barry? Somebody from Vegas. These are Vegas queens fighting each other. Mimi I'm First. Remember she got into that whole situation? Phoenix and Venus Delight. No, who was it? It was somebody whose name was like Jax, sort of. Season 4. Who was season 4? Sharon Needles, my heart. Fifi O'Hara, so much drama. Latrice Royale, my heart. Kenya Michaels, that's the little one from Puerto Rico who didn't speak any English. She is now living as a trans woman. Willem, always have my heart. Jiggly Caliente, Dita Reeds. It's not Dita Reeds. Who is it? It was somebody from an earlier scene. I mean, it was like a blurry. Guess it's not Jax then. Alyssa Summers, LaShawn Beyond, The Princess, Madame LaQueer, and Milan. Wow, I don't remember anybody from this season except for Sharon Needles. The rest of these hoes, I have no idea who they are. So then, yeah, it would have been of this season then. Then I just don't remember who. Season 5 is literally the best season ever. Ivy Winters. Season 5 is iconic. Season 5 is iconic. It is the best season to me. It had all the great queens. It was such a drama-filled and amazing season. And then we have season 6. Yes, season 6 was great too. Ooh, Bianca and Ben de la Creme, season 6. So great. So good. Season 7 too. I mean, listen, season 5, season 6, season 7, iconic. Season 8, iconic. Like those seasons cannot be touched. Those will forever be the seasons that fall down. Anyways, I was talking about Jax because I thought there was a queen who kind of reminded me of her, but I fully have digressed. What do you guys say? India fought everybody. Absolutely. Didn't Tyra quit drag? I thought we were some wild stories. Yeah, something happened. I don't know. Dax. That's what it is. Why? All of us screaming Dax, LOL. Dax exclamation. You're right. I should have just looked here instead of looking it up myself. Woo! Sharon is canceled. Oh yeah, what did she say? I don't remember what she said, but I know she said something like racist. I don't know. It must have been racist. Season 9. Okay. Can you believe Season 9 was Valentina. I would like to keep it on, please. Iconic. Season 10 was fantastic. Evie Oddly, season 11. I really cannot tell you that season 5, season 6, season 7, and season 8 really just rocked my world. It truly did. It was like some of the best. And then we have season 11 and season 12 and 13 and 14 really took it to the next level too. So season 15 has large shoes to fill. Simone, Jada Essence Hall. Okay. Let me get back to y'all. Where are y'all at? Great. Okay. So Jax. I don't think Jax lasted very long. She's cute, you know, but like, what does this drag tell me? It tells me nothing. And then Robin, again, boo. And then Lux, okay. I am not here for this. I am not here for this look currently that I'm seeing right now. Lux Noir London. Why can't your name just be Noir London? Why Lux? Also, girl, that nose, I'm not here for it. She looks like a deer. It's like she's trying to look like a fawn. She's trying to look like a woodland creature. And I'm like, if you're gonna do it, then you should do it like what's oh girl? I'm gonna do it again. Nina Bonina Brown. You should do it like Nina Bonina Brown. Oh my god, is there not somebody here who could like get the trash out? Block user. I'd like to keep it on, please. Can I keep it on, please? The fact that we have 3 Connecticut girls, I'm so happy my city finally on Drag Race. Ooh. What do we think of Lux or this just child? Who's this child? What do we think of this child? I don't like this child. I'm not here for it. And I want it to be. I just feel like the black girls this season aren't giving. They aren't giving. And then there's Anitra. I think that Anitra makes it pretty far. I don't know though. I don't know. I can't be 100% certain. You know who I do love is Miss Irene Dubois. I love Irene Dubois. I love like the whole alien vibe. I'm really I just think the makeup is so good. Like I listen, you can be an aesthetics makeup queen if that's what you want. But give me something more, you know? And I feel like that's what Irene does. Why do it like Nina? That's her own drag. I just feel like what I mean, like, do it like Nina is go all the way. I feel like Nina went all the way with all the looks. Like when Nina decided to do a creature, it was like full everything. And I just think that Lux, or who is that person I'm talking about? Is it Lux that I'm not talking about with that deer nose? No, yeah. I feel like Lux's look is going to get in the way. I feel like that nose is always going to is not going to work. I just don't think it's going to work. And so to me it looks good if you're just taking pictures and that's your nose, but I feel like are you going to give us a different nose? Are you going to give us a different are you going to give us a different nose? That's what I want to know. I agree with Irene for real. Love her slay. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes people give an aesthetic that is other, right? That isn't just pretty woman walking down the street. It's they give more. And I just think that either I don't know. There's something about Lux that I was just maybe it's because I watched the interview and when they asked her why she wanted to be America's Next Drag Superstar, her response was, I don't know, because I'm fierce or something equally stupid. It's like, I don't know, because I'm just here. And I was like, girl, did you leave first? It was giving you left first. You have to know why you want to be America's Next Drag Superstar because it's a lot. I have something funny to say. This is beside the point. I was with my coworker and this is a Godiva chocolate, right? We were in Costco's and I was buying a bunch of Godiva chocolates for everybody. And she was like, you can get the Joe Diva. And I said, excuse me, come again? And she's like, Joe Diva. And I said, Joe Diva? No, I'm sorry. This is Godiva. And she's like, no. I was like, who told you it was Joe Diva? I'm like, not. And then I said, I said, who told you it was Godiva? She's like, no, not Godiva, Joe Diva. And I said, that's a G. It would be Go if anything. She's like, no, it's Joe Diva. And then she went and asked, there's a couple of other in Costco. We were like, how do you say this? And everyone's like, Godiva, Godiva. And she was like, I was calling it Joe Diva. And I said, you. Oh, it's hilarious. So hilarious. Girl, Joe Diva. Anyways, pageant. At least it wasn't a pageant style answer. Maybe it's a theater person in me that I want a pageant style answer. I want polished, professional. I want the next drag superstar to represent drag in its best way. And who's to say that Lux London's drag is not representation in the best way? I just think it's not. I just think it's not. Okay, who else? We already talked about Robin, Lux, Jax. I mean, I just don't remember Jax anything. Like, what did Jax say? Who knows? It's like Jax is giving like Kendall Doll, but like Kendall Doll is better. You know? You guys are gonna hate me. Malaysia. We already talked about her a little bit. When they asked her how did she get her name, she's like, there was a little girl that I met with the name Malaysia, and I thought it was so beautiful. And I'd be like, do people not know countries exist? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when folks say stuff, I'd be like, do they not know that people like, and Black people love to name their kid like Asian country names. China, Malaysia, Thailand. Just kidding. I mean, like, sometimes I just be like, you know, I love my people, but sometimes I just be like, girl, what do you mean you love that name? That's a whole country. There are people who are Malaysian. What do you mean? Anyways, I'm interested in seeing what she gives. Marsha. Amethyst, I'm interested in seeing what Amethyst gives as well. She had a little funny quip and she was like, yeah, the reason why I have my name is so fun. It's so deep. It's because it's my birthstone or whatever. And I was like, I'm here for it. Now, these looks, I'm not necessarily here for these looks at all. And I wonder what Sugar and Spice are going to do. Like, I wonder how they are going to fare doing it solo when they are a group act, you know? Selena S. Titties. Now, I cannot tell you why this person got on my nerves besides the fact that her voice was super annoying. But that's not her. That's Aura. Selena S. Titties got on my nerves because it was just loud and it was just aimless and it didn't give me anything I need. It just was like loud for the sake of being loud. Now, Mistress, I'm interested in Mistress. I am interested in Miss Mistress. I want to see what she's going to bring. I can't wait. I had a picture of her, but it's, you know, disappeared as all the pictures have. Another person that I forgot to talk about is Lucy LaDuca. I think she's going to be interested in too. Let me get her photo because, you know, it's disappeared. Oh, it's not on here anymore. Let me see. The only thing I have is her like Instagram photo. Let's see. Where's her Instagram photo at? She's giving Elphaba. She's giving Glinda the Good Witch. It's giving theater, which, you know, I love a theater queen. I feel like there's acting and there's dancing and there's stage presence all mixed in that, which we love. I love that. And then I'm really these are my top. This is my top 5. Princess, Mistress, Amethyst. Marsha. How many was that for? I'll give it to Anitra. That's my top. Anitra was a little annoying too, but like we'll see. We'll see how they do in the challenge. She did say she wasn't a singer, so we don't know how it's gonna go. Mistress is polished, Mistress is perfection. It didn't have the ease of Vanjie. Selena was so annoying because it was try hard. We also love European cities, Milan and London. They heard it somewhere but had no global frame of reference. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So we've been here for 45 minutes talking about Drag Race, and I could talk for another 45 minutes, but I want to give you guys your evening and I want to like finish watching Canada versus the world Drag Race. And I really hope when does this air? When does season 15 air? Oh, I just put season 15 like it's supposed to know I'm talking about Drag Race. January 6th. So, oh my God, how far away is that? Oh, thank you, Brittany. Thank you so much for the Cash App. I appreciate it. Oh, thanks. Thank you. Happy holidays. I absolutely appreciate it. This is for the Drag Race chat. I love it. So, it starts on the 6th. I'm trying to see what day that is. So that's a Friday. So it comes on Fridays, the same bloody day as Love After Lockup. And the problem is that I'm going to buy it, right? So I won't be able to watch it until Saturday morning. So maybe we'll just spend Saturdays talking about Drag Race. Saturdays are for Drag Race. Is that what it is? Can Saturdays be for Drag Race? I mean, that sounds good to me. I appreciate it, girl. Thank you so much. I was happy with the Canada versus Drag Race winner. You know what? Wow. What would your Drag Race name be? I don't know. Okay, that's everybody's homework. Come on the 7th. We're going to talk about Drag Race with your Drag Race name. What would your drag name be? What would my drag name be? Oh my God. I am so excited. That's the best question ever. I'm going to think about it. What would my Drag Race name be? It would be like, okay, I have the first name, or maybe it's a last name. Okay, because I think it's a beautiful name because it's my grandmother's name and I never knew her. And my mom never knew her. Oh, such a pretty name. So classic too. Okay, that name plus what? I don't know. I'll come next week. We'll talk about it. Okay. Ooh, Horntip Nakamura. Why? Horntip Nakamura. Nakamura sounds familiar. Yay. Yay, Brittany. Thanks. Come. Horntip Nakamura. What is horntip? Is that a like type of, it sounds like a type of wasp. a type of stinging flying insect. Horntip. I also really like the names that are like a play on word, like Lucy. Like it took me. I hated the name Lucy because of the way she spells it, and then I was like, oh, it's Lucy, like Lucy. I was just like, why are you trying to say you're all loosey goosey? I don't know. My grandmother was a Nakamura. Okay, see, we're all going after grandmothers. It was the street my mother lived on in Japan. Yeah, we're going after grandmas. Here we go. Okay. But yeah, I really like my grandmother's name, so I would choose that name, and then it would be something like, I don't know. I got to think about it. I think this is such a great question. Okay, we'll all be here on Saturday. We're gonna come with our drag race. Oh, I was happy with the Canada versus the world winner. Okay, let me tell you, Victoria Scone, and I don't know who won, so I'm just gonna say from the top four. Victoria Scone has forever changed Drag Race for me. That bitch is bad. That bitch is amazing. The drag that she came out with, that asymmetrical big ass jacket. I mean, we thought that what's the one that just won? I'm gonna be an auntie every single time we talk about this. I'm always gonna say Willow Pill. Willow Pill wore a big like suit situation in last season. Victoria, I mean, I was so sad when Victoria hurt her knee for UK season 3 because I was like, this bitch is gonna take it all the way. I mean, she's so good. She's so good. Who else is in Canada? Who else is the top 4 of Canada right now? Isis had to leave. It's a queen I like, Jada. Okay, here's a funny thing. I was watching the Philippines and it was 2 queens in the mirror, like talking about their lives or whatever. And all of a sudden in the background of the Philippines, I hear, my God. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. I said, okay, so we know the Filipino girlies watched whatever that season was where her and Kylie kept saying that over and over again. I was like, that was such a great Silky, Raja, and Rita. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. So that was Raja and Kylie doing that. Oh my God, for that season that they were on, the All-Star season. I was so happy about it. And the fact that she's still doing it in in Canada versus the world. And then the fact that a queen from the Philippines just randomly did it in the Philippines episode. I was like, girl, Raja is all over the world. And Raja would be the first one talking about she didn't watch this season. She didn't watch that season. I said, Raja, stop telling these folks you didn't watch their season. Okay, stop telling these folks you didn't watch their season. You know who's so funny? Anita Wiglet is like so funny, but also like all the time. It's like, I was like, girl, your whole neck doesn't hurt? All the time, Anita. Calm down, girl. That neck is just put in a disposition. Okay, Silky. Now, remember Silky's first season? She was really annoying in her first season. Silk with the good milk. She was really annoying in her first season. Remember when not Kylie, what's the other one? Miley. Remember when Miley was there and she was like, and she like grabbed Miley and hugged her and stuff. She was really annoying that season. And I'm glad that Silky has actually gotten better and is less annoying. She was like, I put my eyebrow on with a Sharpie. She was ready for TV, but in the most annoying of ways. And to watch her on this season is great. Now, Vanity Milan. If I get tired of Black people saying that you do something for the women of color, then I'm like, girl, I'm tired. Like, I get that the UK has a problem with representation, but because that's not the reality of representation in the States, I'm like, so Black queers in the UK don't look at the States and be like, damn, they doing it over there. I mean, I know it's not easy just move over here and get a show. And I know that it's hard for Black women in certain markets or Black queens in certain markets in the US to get a show. Like, it's probably easy, or not easy, but more available and more open to get shows in the South. I know Jada did shows up here in the Midwest. Like, she did them with Trixie because her and Trixie like did a lot of work together back in the day. And I know Silky works. I think Silky is Southern. I know she's Southern. She's Southern. So I know that it's pockets in New York City, like the Black queens in New York City, like they kill. And it's just so interesting. She just kept saying it over and over again, like Black representation, Black representation. You know, you don't see a lot of Black girls. And I'm just like, oh, it's just so different and that's true, because when I went to the UK and I was like, oh, suchy, such, like, where's all the Black, the Black clubs? The Black people were like, well, do you want Caribbean or do you want African? And I was like, it's not the same. And now I know it's not the same. But it's so interesting that it can be broken up like that. And it's not broken up in the same way in the US. Like, it's not like when you say you want a Black club, we can be like, there's one. That's one. Here's another one. Because the US has a group of people in this country who are Black, who are not indigenous, but we've been here since the beginning of this country. Whereas like the UK, though the Blacks that are over there came over during a huge like insertion where they like brought people over to be nurses and whatnot, where they went to the colonies and said, hey, come to the UK for a better life, and you could be a nurse, you could be this, you could be a that. So there was like a mass bringing over of those people, whereas there was a mass bringing over of those American Blacks, but it was a different method. But yeah, it's really interesting. The facts about Silky as annoying, but her redemption arc is iconic. It really is. I mean, when she was a lipstick assassin, I said, this bitch better go. The way Silky is so comfortable just throwing her body all over that stage is just, it could never be me. Silky will throw herself and then just like leg in the air, just like, how does she not break anything? How? Don't get it. Okay, we're done, you guys. I'll see you guys next Saturday, or no, not Saturday the 7th, and we'll talk about drag race. We'll talk about these queens. We'll get into it. I'll take snapshots. I'll get pictures of looks. I'll do it. I'm in. It could just be 23 of us. I am in. All right. Thanks, Ty. Thanks, Brittany. Thank you so much. I'm trying to go through also. Alexis, thank you so much. Pamela, Cruz, Miriam. Thank you so much, Miriam and Brittany, for the tip. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Nina. Thank you, Deborah. And who else was in here? Doris, thank you so much for joining me. I super appreciate it. I hope you guys have a fantastic Ramsterdam. I hope you guys have a fantastic holiday. I hope that you have a good day. I mean, tomorrow, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Christmas. I'm like, what am I doing tomorrow? See you in the new year. See you in the new year, Matt. Thanks for joining. Alexis, thank you. Happy Christmas. All right. Bye, guys. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm going to go watch Canada versus the world.